Hi, welcome back. It's Margaret Janik, Family Engagement Coordinator at Stevenson High School. And today we're going to talk about, oh my goodness, we are going to have how awesome 4 days, 4.5 days together with our teens, these people who are trying to separate themselves from us, be their own people, look at their friends. My goodness, they've had time with their friends when they have not been around their peers for so many months, due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, right? And now they're all finding one another, and that's what they're supposed to be doing. And developmentally, they're supposed to be like figuring out, who am I? And I want to be around my friends, and I don't want to be around my family, and I don't want, who are you? And I want to, be with the person I'm in math class with, or English, or whatever, and or my friend from a club or whatever, and I don't want to be with you, but we're going to have some time together. So what do? We can take this time and we can say, let's constructively think about how we can use our time together as the adults in the family, the adults in the room. We can say, you know what, hey, last year we were kind of all forced to be together, many of us. This year we're going to be together again, and maybe the group that we're going to be together with is bigger, but whatever it is, we're going to have a long extended break. And beyond this, in a few weeks, we're going to have a couple weeks off. So how do we, as the adults, go about making this a time when it can be used to further develop and bolster and foster our relationships with our teens, with the teens that we have in our lives? So, because we know that when we are together, we are spending time together, we know that gives our teens a sense of togetherness, belonging. These are my people, I'm with them. And it reduces depression, it reduces anxiety. Teens that spend time with family tend to do better in school. They have better communication skills because the family communication reinforces and family engagement with them. And when the family says, hey, what you're doing is important to me, it reinforces to our teens, hey, what's important to you is important to me. So what you're doing is important to me, right? So what we know is when I know I'm valued, I'm doing better mentally. I have a better self-image. I have less option to press. Feeling supported, and I have a better sense of self-confidence. So then when I have a better sense of self-confidence, I can then move forward and have better problem solving, right? I am better able to say, I can make a decision based on what's going on in my life. And I can work on healthy interpersonal skills, which is not something, you're not like just magically born with good interpersonal skills. You have to work on it. When I do this, what is the reaction? When I do that, what's the reaction? Especially some of our students who have not had any interaction for a number of months because of circumstances beyond our control. So these 4 days can be really good to either reinforce, set the stage for, or introduce skills that are really good for your teen as they're trying to figure out who they are, to reinforce, hey, you're grounded, you have a place, we love you unconditionally, this is your place. We can use these to benefit ourselves. So how are we going to do that? Well, we know we're going to have 4 days off, no matter what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, Saturday and Sunday is a weekend, but we're still going to be off. So we're all sitting around, and half day Wednesday, and I can guarantee you, anybody watching, me, superintendent of schools, the students, the teachers, everyone in their mind has an idea of what these 4 days are going to look like. Everyone's done that. Everybody goes there. So why not sit down, manage expectations, and say, hey, what are we going to do these 4 days? Because your teens are going to want to be like with their buddies, or maybe not, or maybe you have kids coming home from college, or maybe you have people coming in from out of town. Everyone's got their own ideas. So you can say, what's it going to look like? Right? Are we going to someone's house for Thanksgiving? Are we hosting people? Are we celebrating Thanksgiving? Are we not? Is there turkey? Is it a bucket of chicken? Whatever it is. Manage those expectations together so that you can say, hey, what do we want to do? And then it's the coolest thing in the world. Just be open to whatever anyone says. There shouldn't be a no, unless let's all go on a plane trip around the country. Hey, if you can do that, good on you. But no judgment. Hey, let's think about what anybody wants to do. If there's parameters, like we can't go on a trip or, whatever it is, but have everybody suggest something and talk about it, because, you might learn something new. And then when you are together, what are we going to do with this celebration? How are we going to plan this time for this celebration? What's important to everybody? Is there are there family traditions that we always do that are super important to all of us that we don't want to let go of? Maybe there was something that was started during pandemic times that your teen wants to keep going, or maybe there's something new that they've heard from their friends, because remember, everybody has a mental model of what the next 4 days is going to look like. So be open to kind of sitting down and saying, hey, how do we want to spend the next 4 days before tomorrow? So maybe it's you all have dinner together tonight, or you all sit down, or you write a note to each other. Maybe you have a family text. Say, let's spend a little bit of time talking about how we want to spend this time together. Because sometimes you can, as the adult, put yourself in a position where you're the learner. Let your teen teach you something about their world. We have a lot of let your teen show you something that you may not know. What? Maybe it's playing a video game that you're terrible at. I am the worst person in the entire world. It's super frustrating.
Vamos arriba.
Sí, habla con este muchacho que se va a ir. Dile que
And I
sí.
want to reinforce
Dice que lo habías dicho que
maybe
le
I
ibas a
let
decir
them
algo, pero
teach
ya no
me
se
how to
acuerda
do
qué.
that. Maybe
Pues él te recuerda, te va a decir dónde era.
maybe it's
Y
cooking.
dile lo de los shells.
Maybe it's speaking a different language. Maybe you come from a family that speaks a different language, but your nuclear family does not speak that language. Maybe you can start teaching them, I don't know, dinner conversation, or, simple phrases. Maybe you could do a project together, or you could do prep work together. Maybe you can teach them to cook, or cook like a family recipe that they want to learn how to make. Maybe they're seniors in high school and they're going away to learn how to make ramen. Maybe they need to learn how to do laundry, or maybe you give them a budget and you say, hey, we're going to buy groceries, and then you have X amount of dollars. Try to
No creo que sea ahí.
buy as much as you can with this amount of something. Maybe they want to learn something, but you have to the whole key.
Ah, ok, súper. Las voy a llevar. Sí, son muy buenas.
Another idea is to turn.
Súper. Sí,
Maybe
déjame
start
ver
a
si
discussion.
se puede
Maybe
conectar.
this is a time when your
Las voy a
family
llevar
gets
también.
together and say, we are going to ask everybody an open-ended question at the dinner, or we're going to have family in that we haven't had in for 18 months or 19 months or whatever. We're going to have a conversation together. But then again, not when your team comes to the table with their little phone in their hand. Hey, maybe what you do is when you're having this conversation about, hey, we're gonna have 4 days together, how would you like to spend it? And you're having that discussion. Maybe that's when you say, hey, when we're having our family dinner, do me a favor, don't bring the electronics to the table. let's put them to the side. Or let's try to have an electronic free day on Friday afternoon, or whatever it is. So that means no televisions, no computers, no cell phones, right? Everybody agrees no technology for a certain amount of time. And what do you do during that time? You talk to your team. You ask open-ended questions. You let them ask you open-ended questions. Maybe everybody throws a question in the jar and pull out, or everybody throws in into a jar, and everybody has to answer it a question. Or maybe that's something that you do during your times together. Yes, I will. There you go. I'm sorry that was bothering you. And thank you for reaching out to me. But maybe that's what you do. Maybe you find time where everybody can do something together, or you ask questions, or you eat dinner, or you eat one meal together every day, which gives you opportunities to talk. Again, no technology. Maybe you do something active. With 4 days off, maybe you go for a walk. It's cold outside. Maybe you bundle up and go for a walk. Maybe you play a game. Maybe you play a board game. Maybe you make up a game. Maybe you ask your team, what was your favorite childhood game? Maybe you read childhood stories together. If you still have, like, what's their favorite book that they ever read? Like short book, and you read it together. Maybe what you do is you do something nice for someone else together. Maybe you have a neighbor who has a small yard and isn't able to rake, and you rake together, so that while you're raking, you're having a conversation and you're asking open-ended questions and you're being open-minded and you're not being judgmental. Remember, what we want to do during these 4 days together is we want to build relationships. We want to, as the adults in our teens' lives, knowing that they are developmentally. When I say developmentally, I mean this is in there like part of growing up, right? You learn to toddle and you crawl and then you learn to walk. When they are adolescents, they are looking at who they want to be as an adult. It is not against anybody. It's just what's happening, right? This is just where they are. So naturally, they're going to kind of push away from you. Your job as the adult in their life is to get to know them and provide an open space, judgment-free, that they know they can come. And so when you are doing these fun things like cooking together, or taking a walk together, or playing a game together, or going to a movie together, or watching a movie on TV, or watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, if that's what you do. When you're doing all those things and you're giggling and you're laughing and you're having a good time and it's relaxed, right? Everyone's just being relaxed. It doesn't have to look like some picture in your mind, because remember, we said everybody's got their own ideas. Make a plan for what you're going to do for the next 4 days. What time are you going to spend together? Honor that. Don't ask to go beyond it, or not do it, because you may get super busy and be like, oh, I know we're supposed to spend time together, but we didn't. This is the purpose. What you're doing is you're putting experiences, happy times in the bank. Lisa D'Amour says this. She's a psychologist. I just really like her. You're putting happy times, you're putting like deposits in the happy bank, so that when difficult times come, you have built the relationship that is necessary to draw on those deposits. It is the happy times, it is the time you're spending now, building the relationship with your team, being a safe place to land, being non-judgmental, open communication, asking them questions about themselves, asking them to teach you something, showing a vulnerable side of yourself, honoring them, letting them be seen, asking them about what's important to them, including them in on decision-making, that they are then saying, I have a sense of belonging. People here see me, value me, hear me, love me. And then when things get tough, because we all know that, I'm not trying to be doomsday, we all know things, it's the way it goes. The next time there's a tough thing, you and your team have all this good experience to remember you love one another, you respect one another, you trust one another, you see one another, and that will help you through those discussions around those difficult times. So I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Tomorrow, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how can we find time for gratitude with our teens. Thanksgiving is a wonderful holiday about finding time and ways to say thank you to one another, to the people around us, and to show gratitude. We're going to talk a little bit about that tomorrow at noon. Thank you very much for joining me today to talk about what to do with all that time together. Remember, sit down with your teen, ask them what their plans are, ask them when they might have some time with you. Decide together what you're going to do. Let them take the lead if they want to, but find time and make it happy and lighthearted and fun and together, so that you're putting all those good times in the bank for when things are not so awesome and you have to have some more, challenging conversations. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope that this was helpful for you. Thank you, Rita. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Carlos, happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. And I really hope I get to see you tomorrow at noon. We will be in session tomorrow, remember, until 1:25. The whole school will be in session until 1:25, and then we go on break. I will not have I will be here tomorrow talking about gratitude. I won't be here on Thursday or Friday, but I really just wish all of you happy Thanksgiving in case you're traveling tomorrow. And if you don't have a chance to be with me live, you know that you can always find me on YouTube. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great day and have a good afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow.